Hey, what's up, guys? Lane Bolin here with Peter Detweiler. Today is a special episode for the Contractor Charity Challenge. Today is officially halfway, Peter. We are now at day 182. Pretty crazy, dude.
That is crazy.
So for everybody, if you're new to this, my name's Lane Bolin. I'm the founder of Remodel Commanders. Now, and you got Peter here. He and I are partners in NSS Home out of Bellevue, Washington, which was the Contractor Charity Challenge company. The deal here is I need to build a $2 million general contractor in 1 year, starting with just $100 in a truck. If I lose, 200 grand goes to Operation Underground Railroad. If I win, O.U.R gets 10% of the company being built that comes out of my end. Today's notes, guys. Peter, we've had a roller coaster of a week, pal. We had a $700,000 addition that you and I thought was an absolute lock back out or cancel the build contract. We won't name names. And then we turned around and picked up an architect referral. God knows how big that one's going to be. Did you take a look at those plans by chance?
Just super quick.
What do you think? Just rough, rule of thumb. You think 5 to 6, 6 to 7 on that one?
Yeah, I'm thinking about 6 to 3/4.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So, guys, it's been a minute since we last broadcasted. It's been like almost a month. And in that month, Peter and I have 4 shovel-ready projects we were able to score that basically had most of the design done. We'll talk about how to get those another time. But so we have 3 projects that are going to build over the next 3 weeks, totaling over 800 grand. The first one, Melodandry, started today. A small sunroom addition. I mean, Peter, with change orders and whatnot, where are you betting this one's going to land? Because I feel like the design keeps changing every day.
I don't know. We'll see once we start ripping up that exterior, see if anything needs to be modified in terms of like headers and whatnot. So, I mean, your guess is as good as mine on that one. So we don't know until we rip it up.
I mean, it's barely 240 square feet. I don't see that going more than 120.
Right.
But yeah, guys. So just talk about some stats real quick. Oh, and then another thing too. So Peter, we had that really big addition. You were doing Red Line 3, and we're getting ready to go to selections, and then they threw a curveball wanting to bring in an architect. Is that what happened? More or less?
Yeah, they want to bring in an architect, just get a second. They just want more eyes on it. And I think really yeah.
What were you about to say?
I think they just want to be reassured.
Yeah, that's right.
They just want to be reassured that it makes sense. They just want somebody, they want a 55-year-old to come in and say, yeah, that makes sense. They want the same answer from a different mouth. That's all they want.
Yeah. They don't want fast talking Lane or 25-year-old Peter. It's all good, man.
It's really just a trust but verify scenario.
Yep. No, right. That's exactly it. That it's just verification. I don't think we're going to lose the deal. One thing though, they haven't, we designed for them 3 different floor plans and they haven't chosen one yet. So I bet you more than anything, the architect is he may end up drawing a fourth floor plan. It'll be really ironic if they choose one of the originals, but I imagine this is just a 30-day delay. Just to get engineering and architecture done early. I mean, it's way early in the process for that, but I mean, you can't fault them, Peter. A homeowner remodels 1.5 times in their career, according to Harvard's Joint Center for Housing Studies. We do this every day, and this is probably like the 3rd biggest financial investment decision they'll make in their entire adult lives. So You know, I mean, would I really have preferred to just get? Yeah, I would have preferred to get selections done in the next 30 days and put that in the build in September. But you know, oh well. So our permit application selections are going to get delayed by a month, which I mean, Bellevue is probably going to take what, 2, maybe 3 months to approve that permit. Pete, you there, pal? We have a massive delay for Peter. Yeah. So guys, with the
probably about 3 months, maybe a little bit longer if there's more kickbacks.
Yeah. Okay. So we're probably looking at put that thing into build in November, which means, I mean, that's going to be about a 4-month build. So out of that 600 grand, I think we're only going to get 300 of that max squeezed in for the challenge. And so with 800 that's going to build in the next 3 weeks, we have 6 months to make up 900K, which I think we'll be able to do a $500,000 out of Handyman for sure. But I think you and I need to 10x our lead generation and branch out into commercial tenant improvement and government as well. You know. Yeah, Peter's got a delay. You had a really interesting idea, and I love how you went out and sold a contract.
Yeah,
setting up a flat rate, unlimited punch list and warranty that you sold to that contractor out of the Handyman. That was pretty smart that you did. I like how you scheduled it as you called it unlimited, but they only got 1 day a week. It's like unlimited, but it's not. That was really smart, dude. Because somebody could have really abused that. But I like how you structured it. Yeah, I think what you priced that at what, $800 a day?
A day.
Yeah. So we get 2 of those, and that'll free roll any of the handymen we hire. But beyond that, you got a really good lead in. And so the reason why I brought you in is I figured we'd give the audience some training on how to use Chat GPT to make your bid submission real fast. So I mean, like, this is being recorded, so you don't need to get pen and paper. But remember, so in the when we're selling, with our handyman company, and we're branching into home improvement, that means you and I will take on anything that's, for example, fix my running toilet all the way to a lipstick pull and replace kitchen remodel, right? So they're basically, if it's structural, it'll stay with NSS because that needs design. If there's nothing structural, we'll kick that down to Handyman and blow it out. So I'm going to give you a little bit of training on best practice here for how to sell a down and dirty lipstick kitchen remodel, price in 52% margins, and still convert on 9 out of 10 quotes. You ready? Okay. So when the lead comes in, you know how you're selling that $69, you're selling that $69 deposit to for us to come out and give that quote. So let's take it from there. Now, normally we would start work immediately, but with these longer multi-day jobs, what I want you to do is, instead of starting work immediately, I want you to collect a 10% deposit to schedule their measure meeting, where we'll then schedule their selections day, where we'll then schedule their demo. Does that make sense? Awesome.
Yeah,
okay.
That makes sense.
So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and let's dive into GPT. Give me 1 second, dude. I'm sorry. So we're going to go into entire screen. Come on. Dude, why is the computer being so weird today? Okay, so, no. Come on. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to type in Chat GPT. I'm going to log in. Okay, once I'm logged in, Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm going to make sure it's on 4.0. And here, I'm going to pull up my favorite prompt. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. We're going to hit a new chat. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to read it to you. It says, "You are an expert general contractor giving instructions to your foreman. Assume the foreman is inexperienced and doesn't know anything. Please provide me the step-by-step instructions to Peter, don't do more than one project type at a time. So let's do kitchen first, shall we?"
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many in a typical Tacoma older house, how big do you think the kitchens are? 150 square feet, 200 square feet?
Yeah, probably about 200, 240.
Okay, so we'll say 240. So the key here is to give the takeoff, the project size and the project type. So 240 square foot kitchen remodel. Okay. So then I'm gonna hit the button. Watch this. This is amazing. Look at this. It gives you the tools and materials. Awesome. Then the step-by-step instructions. Look at that. Obtain permits, design and layout, demolition. Oh my gosh. This is so dude, back in Jobber, make the step the line item, and then use these sub line items as the description. Makes it easy, right? It saves like an hour. Look at that.
Yeah, it does make it easy.
Right. And then for the tips for success, just put this in the notes there on Jobber. So I'm going to take this one more step, dude, to watch this. This you're gonna be like, Lane, what sorcery is this? So I'm going to say, how long do you think each step will take? Please estimate. Right. Cool. Look at that. So it's based in man days. A man day is 8 hours. Look at that. Look at that. And it breaks it down by trade. Isn't that hilarious? So Peter, 30 to 41 man days. You think that's enough to remodel a kitchen?
Yeah.
Right. So this is the step I'd take next, right? So remember, in our handyman business, we base this off of a billable rate. So 30.5. Whoops, sorry. 30.5 times 8 hours. Okay, times, and let's use 165 as our billable rate. And I'm showing $40,000 on the low. And 41.5 times 8 times 165 and 54. So what I would do, and so what we're going to do is we're going to give them a labor and installation material quote. So based on what I just shared with you, I mean, at 30.5, just at this point, man, I'm going to say use your professional judgment. But as long as that number is between 40 and 54, we're not going to get bit by any means. How much slippage do you think we should give ourselves as a contingency? Maybe 10%?
Yeah, maybe 10%. That's funny though, because when I was talking to you on the phone about this, I was like, yeah, we everybody knows it's going to be between 44 to 56. So that's funny that these numbers from chat are the same.
It's wild. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the low end at 30.5. Let's and so I got, and I added 10% to that. So I got 33.55 man days. I'm going to multiply this by 8 and I get 268.4. Now what I'm going to do there is I'm going to multiply this by 165, which is our billable per hour. And let's hit them at 44,286. And so our installation material budget out of that, well, use that as your baseline. But when you're inspecting, Peter, just make sure that I mean, what do you think our labor cost is going to be? I mean, I know that 44,000 is what we're going to charge them, but you know, for 30 days with one of our handyman techs, if we had to sub to, for example, somebody like our good buddy, what do you think he would want or that we could sell to him to produce this job?
So we would have to do that, and then on top MEP stuff. So we'd have a plumber and electrician. Electrician would come in anywhere between $48,000 and $7,000 for an average kitchen, and a plumber would be anywhere from 35 to 7 as well for just an average kitchen, rough in and install fixtures and finishes.
Okay, so I'm at 12,000 for 12 for MEP. And then 30 days of work times 8 hours, and a guy like that, I'm gonna say 40 an hour. I think we're at 9,600. So plus the 12,000, that leaves 21,600. So what I would do is then multiply that by 2. I'm sorry, multiply that by 2, and then add in from there what you think the cost of framing and lumber and drywall is going to be. Okay. Right. And so I don't think we're knocking down any walls. Actually, there's not going to be much installation material in that. It's going to be all selections.
Yeah. And also too, like going with this model, how would you suggest paying the guys? Would it be just a draw schedule? So you get X amount after demo, you would get X amount after cabinets are installed.
Yeah. So for those guys, for that I'm sorry, for the craftsman, like somebody like Garrett, if it was Garrett, I would offer that, or Rudy. Yeah, if it was Rudy, 12 grand, and then tell them it's going to be 30 days work, and then break that down into a draw schedule based on the start of each trade phase, keeping 10% back for completion.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes a lot of sense. And also too, using the will we use the NSS why am I blanking right now? We use the trade checklist moving forward from each phase as well. So we'd probably keep that consistent.
That's right. But so what I want you to do is you put that bid together. You're showing this at 44 to 48,000, and you essentially let them know that, hey, this this bid is good while you're in the home, and that to get them and that covers their labor and their installation material as a flat rate. I would put together a separate schedule in a separate quote in Jobber with all the things they need to pick out, and explain to them that we need to schedule their measure meeting to convert that into quantities to then submit that to our designer to schedule them for trades day to make the selections. And then based on the labor logistics, or the lead times, not labor logistics, I'm sorry. Based on the selections logistics, lead times, we can schedule the demo start. Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense.
And so what I want you to do is to walk out of that bid tomorrow with a 10% deposit and a scheduled measure meeting.
Okay. And you would want a 10% off the rip and not a micro commitment, and then during measure meeting do a 10%?
No. We don't want to give them the opportunity to speak to a Chuck who comes in at 26,000. We can start tomorrow, right?
Well, these rates alone, like that's very, very competitive. Very.
Right. Well,
nobody would be coming in half that price. Nobody.
Well,
nobody. So.
No, I know, but again, that's just labor and installation material. That doesn't count the finishes, which are probably going to be the finishes and fixtures with appliances could be anywhere from 25, about, I don't know, 20,000 on the low, upwards of 60,000 on the high.
Yeah.
But again, it's their decisions, not ours.
Right. Exactly.
And we're not.
You're looking about 20 grand. Yeah.
Right. And we're not marking that up either. So we're gonna make a 50% margin off of our labor, and they're gonna pay we're gonna set them up with, if this was St. Louis, our partner Phil's shop in St. Louis, we'd set them up with ProSource Warehouse and collect a kickback. I don't think Contract Furnishing Smart's going to give us that privilege, but
no.
Either way, if they're on the low end, Peter, let's set them up with a selection specialist at Contract Furnishing Smart. If you feel that they're luxury, but they're just super value conscious because interest rates are high, let's set them up with Kirsten or Chrissy.
Okay.
But did you like that chat GPT? How that basically wrote the handyman style or the home improvement style spec sheet, like sight unseen?
Even if I have to make edits to it, which I'm sure I will, everything's there.
Yeah.
So it makes it so much easier.
It's gonna save you hours, dude. Okay. So let's pull that off. Dude, let's talk about commercial and government, man. So so this Chat GPT tool right here, this is going to be super helpful for us to chase commercial and government. You want to know how?
Why is that?
Well, maybe not government, but it's going to help us with commercial big time. Because so if we're waiting for a job to hit Dodge Report for us to bid, dude, Dodge Report is like the home advisor for commercial construction, right? It's all price shoppers. They already have their guy. They're just getting bids from dumb GCs and dumb subs to hold their guy honest. Does that kind of make sense?
No, that makes sense.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the commercial real estate brokers who are going to talk to the project owner long before an architect of record talks to a homeowner. And what we're going to do, and so what ends up happening for these commercial real estate brokers, I spoke to one the other day, and he said that it's really frustrating for him because these project owners, for example, this guy wants to convert an old Taco Bell into a Chipotle, and the project owner asks this commercial real estate broker, well, what would something like this run? And it's like, yeah, that's not his business. He doesn't know. His guess is as good as the project owner's. But the project owner still expects the broker to have that information because the project owner won't close unless he feels real comfortable about what he can expect the cost to be. And so what does he do? He needs a GC plug like us to give him that credible information. But most of us know how to bid it, don't want to do that for him because we know that 1 out of 20 times this thing will actually close and turn into a referral, right?
Right.
So instead of wasting 4 to 6 hours, it's just a matter of asking the broker, what's the size of the project? All right, what are we converting it from and into and running it, right? Like I want to test this out in front of you just to show you, right? And so check this out. So what we're going to do is provide step-by-step instructions to demolish a I don't know, Peter, what do you think? A Taco Bell,
right?
And convert it into a what should we say? What do you want to convert it into, Peter?
Chick-fil-A.
A Chick-fil-A. All right, the Lord's chicken.
Yeah.
All right, Chick-fil-A. Okay. To let's see, and convert/remodel it into a Chick-fil-A. Remember, we can't work Sundays. All right. Look at this. Boom. There it goes.
Let me see. You're not sharing your screen right now.
Oh, my bad. Oh my gosh. I'm such a jerk. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let me know when you can see it.
Yep, I see it now.
Look at that. And then it even gave us the days as well. Look at that. So yeah, here, demolish a Taco Bell. Okay. And how big do you think a Taco Bell is? 1,500 square feet? Here
yeah, probably
is some more information. The Taco Bell is 1,500 square feet. Please revise the numbers. Boom. There it goes. Oh man. Isn't this hilarious? So one thing I will do, Peter, we're going to create with our handyman and with our commercial business, Peter, where things are relatively standardized. We're going to create a new Chat GPT conversation for each product category.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going and so we're going to start by having the GPT estimate, and then we're going to feed it the actual times of how long each trade took. And essentially after about 50 of those, the GPT is going to be super freaking smart to give us really accurate ballparks. So it plus that up to 59 to 84 man days. Okay, so let's take planning and permitting out, and so we'll take so 5 from that, 10 from that. So we're looking at 55 to 74 days. All right, so with that guy, I'd be like, okay, 74 days times 8 hours times 165. And we would be bidding, we would tell him, hey, expect this to be somewhere between 95 and 105 without looking at it. But the thing is to be able to give him this time, to be able to convert this into a price, and to be able to describe the scope. I mean, that's more than any other contractor is going to give them without getting a check.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We're just, it's not a bid. It's just to give that commercial real estate broker information to help him close a deal, so that project owner will buy the property and then engage an architect or a GC or a design build JV to do the conversion. Does that kind of make sense?
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense.
So that's how we're gonna get to these jobs before they hit job or Dodge report.
The real gold here, though, is inputting our information for timelines, for scheduling, for estimated material, for square footage on like a standardized product, so we can get super quick and accurate numbers moving forward. That's the gold here.
Yeah, that's
the gold.
We're gonna turn GPT into the best fucking estimator we've ever had, just with volume. So the So the key is we're going to load. Remember, outputs are a function of inputs. So we're going to have to put in very detailed measurements for the takeoffs and keep very accurate records of how long it took. Like, number one, what was the scope? And number two, how long did it take? And we can convert this GPT into an estimator, no problem.
Right.
It's just right now, it's only useful as a sales tool. And frankly, I would never use it as a bidding tool. But to be able to give you like rule of thumb numbers, like, oh, dude, it's sick.
No, I agree.
It's going to save so much time.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
So let's make a commitment, man. I will be. Let's not this week, but starting next week, let's get in front of 2 commercial real estate brokers a day, and 2 realtors a day, in order to promote our handyman home improvement business that will also chase commercial.
Okay, let's do it.
Yep. We design build, man. Like, the hand's been played. Like anything we do right now in design build, it's not. It won't find its way into a build contract for 6 months, and we only have 6 months left in the challenge. So we got to hustle on stuff that can actually close quick.
Right.
When between the 800 grand going into build in the next 3 weeks, plus the 600 that will go to build after we do the architect delay. We got to find 600 grand worth of work between handyman, commercial, and government.
Right.
Which government's super cheating, because I'm a service disabled veteran with a majority owning position of the company, and the government like sets aside the shovel ready projects. Like, I have a buddy who, he's also a service disabled veteran, general contractor, really smart dude. Shout out to Luis. Man, he's picking up 6-figure mechanical contracts, repairing mechanical systems in hospitals, and then turning around in VA hospitals, and then turning around and subbing that to a local mechanical contractor.
Yeah.
Let's get in on that action.
No, I would love to. Yeah, we're both veterans too, so why not?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, you got to do your comp and pension exam, right?
Yeah.
Listen, that is not the time to be a stoic hard ass. I want you to cry. I want you to say everything hurts. I want you to say that you have thoughts of hurting other people and yourself. I'm kidding. I don't want you to act like, no, I'm sorry. That would be fraud. But at the same time, don't be a stoic hard ass, dude. I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. If it's legit, like, list the complaint. Yeah. All right. So, hey, man, good work putting that job into build today. Tiny little sunroom addition. We got 2 more to put in the build this month, and then after the architecture reboot on the $600,000 edition, let's set a goal of getting that into build by mid-October. Early November. Early November is probably realistic.
Early November.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, I don't know. Do you think, is that ChatGPT going to help you with the handyman bids? What do you think?
Oh, 100%.
I mean, those are little bullshit. They range anything from 2 hours to 30 days. Even if the thing is like 10% inaccurate with a 50% gross margin, how are we going to get hurt?
No, we're not.
Right. Okay. And remember, for our in-house guys, we're only paying them 30% of the labor contract.
Right.
So in the end, we're not going to get bit per se, but we don't want to fuck our guys over either.
No.
Right. Okay. Well, let me know how that. So that bid tomorrow is a kitchen and a bath and flooring and interior paint. It's really weird. So maybe we just break that down for them and do 4 different quotes using the GPT.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
And the thing is, they're going to ask for that anyway. And most contractors are going to roll their eyes and say, the price is the price. Yeah. Right. But and so you'll break it down by the different assemblies or rooms, right?
Yeah, not by trade, but by assembly for sure.
Yeah,
because then it turns it from an assembly to it's really a shopping list or an assembly. It's what it is, So
yep. So here's the thing too, with each room, because remember, that's just the labor and installation material quote. I need you to create a second quote for each room, detailing everything they need to select. Right? Description of, for example, backsplash, right? And to give give the rough quantity. We're not going to do exact numbers until measurement day.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Cool. Well, hey man, appreciate you visiting with me. It's getting kind of late. You had a long day.
Yeah.
And for the guys watching, yeah, I can see it, pal. But for the audience watching, you and I are going to be a lot better about this. In the home stretch, we need to document every Monday evening. We're going to jump on the live and talk about what happened the week prior, and that way everybody can track as we get closer to that $2 million goal.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right, man. Be good. I'll catch you tomorrow.
All right. I'll see you then.
I'll see you.